YouTube says it has had enough of vaccine misinformation on its site.
And false stories from phony sites to run circles around major news outlets.
Many people don't know the difference between something real and something created to deceive them.
Open your eyes.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. What you're seeing on the screen is real. And some of you may not be in school anymore, so you might look at this and say, well, that doesn't really affect me one way or the other. It's just pretty insane that that's something that's actually going on. But no, it does affect you, because this right here is what you call foreshadowing of life in a digital world. Life with the digital ID, so to speak. And I want to thank a subscriber on the website, Andrew, for sharing this with everybody on the website. We have a new electronic pass system that limits students to 7 bathroom breaks per week. So forget if you have irritable bowel movement, you might as well wear a diaper to school. And, if you're somebody who drinks a lot of water and stays hydrated, well, guess what? You might as well hold it all day or piss your pants, because Big Brother says so. In the future, when there's carbon laws in place, guess what? These are the types of things that'll happen to all of us, whether it's how many showers you could have in a day or how many times you could use your toilet at home. Because remember, carbon emissions is a big deal. In fact, it's so important that, well, you don't even deserve to breathe, because you're the carbon emission, of course, that they're referencing when they say that climate change is a problem. You're the carbon emission that they are trying to reduce. So I'm going to show you this news clip that will blow your mind. And when you see this news clip, just imagine a world where we're all connected via technology. Oh, wait, aren't we already? Because the common denominator here is technology. They can't do stuff like this in a world without technology. Remember the days you used to write a hall pass? Your teacher would sign it, you'd walk down the halls. Most of the time, people really didn't even go to the bathroom. People really just needed to walk because they realized something wasn't naturally right about sitting in these institutions for 8 hours a day, learning nothing but lies. But those days are gone, because once you give up control, once you allow technology to consume every aspect of life, that's the common denominator on how Big Brother can implement this type of hell on earth.
A new electronic pass that limits how many times a day and how many times a week a kid can go to the bathroom at Arrowhead High School has some students speaking out.
In many scenarios, it just does not work.
I'm Rebecca Clough, your Waukesha County reporter. I heard from JP, Gabby, and Mariella about the issue.
I feel like this system, it should not be implemented.
3 Arrowhead Union High School students made a plea to the school board asking for something to be done about the e-pass system. It's basically an electronic hall pass that students use to take a bathroom break during the school day. JP Moen says he came before the board because he's a cross-country athlete, and he feels like he's getting punished for hydrating for his sport.
Say you drank a lot of water that day, you try to go to the bathroom 2 periods in a row, you can't go. So it's bad stuff.
On top of that, there are restrictions. Only so many students can check out a pass at one time, and you can only go to the bathroom 7 times total for the week.
You only get 3 a day and 7 a week, and if you have extenuating circumstances, it doesn't really matter. You literally can't go to the bathroom.
Arrowhead superintendent tells me in a statement that the e-pass system works. He says the system ensures safety, maximize student learning, encourage responsibility, and minimize inappropriate behavior. On top of that, the superintendent says they give accommodations to students who need extra passes or time.
If you're in study hall, there's always a constant line, so you can't even get into the bathroom.
If there's a line, I'm like, oh, I'll just wait then.
Yeah.
And then I end up not going to the bathroom.
bathroom all day.
Arrowhead isn't alone. Both Pewaukee and Waukesha school districts have the system. I heard from the Waukesha school district, which says this is their second year using it, and it works. Reporting in Heartland, Rebecca Clough, TMJ4 News.
I mean, really, you can only laugh at it because it's so sickening. It's so insane, but people won't push back. People will just go along with it because they refuse to get away from their technology. And as long as we allow technology to continue unregulated, which it is, and as long as we adapt it into our lives, whether it's bringing in smart devices in our home that listen to us, or smart devices that can turn off your air conditioner or control the locks on your door. You see where this is going? You see when the technology has control of all the things that you use in your home, and you don't realize who's behind the curtain. And who could actually say, hey, we've got a climate problem. We're going to turn your air conditioner down. We're going to lock your doors. Well, suddenly when it happens to you, you start waking up to it. I mean, what's really next at these schools, right? I mean, they might as well have the principal come into the stall with you, because next they're going to be saying, well, we want to make sure you actually went to the bathroom. Were you lying to us? Did you lie to Big Brother and say that you had to take a leak or have to take a drop of deuce and you went to the bathroom? Well, we want to come in the stall and we want to watch and make sure you do it. Because if you aren't doing what you say you're doing, then your behavior is inappropriate. You might have noticed that in the clip, how they even mentioned how this is really important for behavioral control, because that's what it's all about, controlling you to a point where they're going to monitor how many times a day you could go to the bathroom. The quote from the principal or one of the school board members: it ensures safety, maximizes student learning, encourages responsibility, and minimizes inappropriate behavior. Oh, inappropriate behavior, going to the bathroom. This is a control mechanism, folks. And this is only because technology is being implemented in every aspect of our lives. I mean, look at the interface that they show you. Less pastime, more class time, more time to be institutionalized. Learning curriculum about fake wars, fake history of the world, so you live in a matrix and believe in a lie. But doesn't it look a lot like a Fitbit? Look at this. How many minutes per month you're actually out spending time in the bath? They want to monitor you to a T, and you've been conditioned into this already, because I'm sure that looks real similar to a Fitbit, right? Look at the dashboard. It's the same exact thing. Active daily steps, average daily distance, average daily deuce. Hey, why don't they measure how big your turds are? Maybe they're going to track how long your urination actually is, right? I mean, they're already trying to get you to track how long you sleep. Data, data, data. But nobody realizes it's them who want the data, and they want all the data on you to, of course, control you. This is what the hall pass looks like. It even has a barcode on it, right? Jessica Forrester, this is an example from the company's website, right? It's got a little barcode, might as well say 666 on it, but might as well be cattle, right? Because does it sound familiar? Because you know who gets tagged and tracked and traced? Cattle do. This is what people on farms do. You put these tags on the cattle, right? You ever hear these stories about, well, you're at Yosemite National Park. Oh, well, how do the animals not going to be? Well, they're all tagged. They're tagged so they can monitor them on a computer, and then they see where they are and what patterns of behavior they're doing. Oh, the horse was getting a little bit too close to the wolf area. Hey, how come this horse has drifted away from his herd and he's over there and he's not drinking water, he's laying under a tree. Oh, something must be wrong. We're monitoring and studying his behavior and his habits. Well, that's what they're doing with you. No different than cattle. And you might say, well, it's a stretch because we're talking about a school hall pass, but it's not a stretch at all. It's just the future. RFK recently said that the world will be wearing wearables within 4 years, that the government is going to do a massive campaign to make sure that we all wear wearable technology. Now, do you think it's because RFK and Donald Trump care about what's going on under your skin? I mean, Donald Trump doesn't look like the perfect bill of health, and obviously we all know RFK isn't. So what's it for? Well, it's to benefit Americans. Well, if we don't want it, well, you should have it. We're going to tell you to take care of yourself more. Here you go. Here it is. Here's your branding. We're going to brand you with our RFID. You wear it on your wrist. And, well, RFK will tell you about it, how the government is going to put a massive campaign, again, behind having you all of us, wear wearable technology.
Absolutely. In fact, we're about to launch one of the biggest advertising campaigns in HHS history to encourage Americans to use wearables. It's a way of people can take control over their own health. They can take responsibility. They can see, as you know, what food is doing to their glucose levels, their heart rates, and a number of other metrics as they eat it. And they can begin to make good judgments about their diet, about their physical activity, about the way that they live their lives. We think that wearables are a key to the Maha agenda, making America healthy again. And we are going to, my vision is that every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years.
And again, if you don't know where this is going, all the stuff you hear quietly about Neuralink and brain-computer interfaces, this type of technology is a transition. It's a transition to get under your skin. All the stuff you hear about the healthcare industry, how we need to reset it, how it's corrupt, of course that's all true. But the goal here is to have you become your own healthcare provider by having this technology that's wearable, that you probably currently use on one of your watches where you see how many steps you take. Eventually, it's going to be under your skin. It's going to monitor your blood pressure, your heart rate, your insulin, you name it. It's going to monitor all of it. And that's what the goal is to get underneath your skin with this type of technology that, as of right now, is only wearable. But in the future, this is inside of you. And the part about it that people don't seem to get is that that's a transition. It's the phone to the wearables to the lenses on your eyes, because this interface is going to be embedded in you because you're not going to be human anymore. That's what Elon Musk is working on. And it's not really Elon Musk, it's DARPA. The government already has this technology. It's the job of Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Apple, all these companies to sell it to you. That's their job, to sell it to you for the government. Because the government knows if they came to your door and told you to do this, that you would never do it, and the people would rise up against them. So DARPA's created this technology, and now they have corporations selling it to you, getting you out of confusion, out of peer pressure, like things like Facebook. How they peer pressured, oh, you're not on Facebook, you better get on Facebook. Really, LifeLog, another DARPA initiative, right? Oh, you better get on, you're weird, you don't have Facebook. No, I think it's gay. Nothing wrong with that, right? You want to go on it, you can go on it. I don't want to be on it. I'm not interested in the government tracking everything I'm thinking because I'm typing in everything I'm thinking all the time and telling everybody where I'm going and what I'm doing. See how sly the government is? That's what people don't realize. They're sly, right? They just look at the government like the government's a bunch of idiots, are they? They pretend to be bumbling fools in front of you like Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Oh, they're sly, all right. They're getting you to purchase, in the name of convenience, to buy your own enslavement through the technology that we're all bringing into our home. So just imagine you were in school, and some of you might be, and this was going on. EPAD. Oh, you got to go to the bathroom? Sorry. You've already gone 7 times, and it's Wednesday. I don't care if you have irritable bowel syndrome. Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Take a dump on the floor? I mean, I'm sure the principal probably liked that. He probably confiscates some, take home for dinner that night. But anyway, nonetheless, because I'm saying that because all these members of the school board and the people who implement this stuff are all members of the same secret societies too that I expose. That's how they network through towns. That's how all this crap gets put into our schools on the state level. Your board member, and they play dumb. Oh, not members of Freemasonry or Eastern Star. Oh, no, of course not. What are you going to admit it to us? It's like asking a murderer. You're not going to murder his door. And the guy murdered 50 people. You go, did you murder these people? They're all missing, and you're the last one to see it. What do you think he's going to go? Yes, I did. Come on in. Yes, of course not, right? Well, these people aren't going to admit it either, but that's how they get this stuff on a state level. That's how they get it in your town. Look no further than the Freemasons. Hey, it's Halloween time, right? Probably going to be a harvest festival in your town. Look around. You'll probably see them there sitting at a table, pretending that the donations that you give go to a local children's hospital because they're real great, great people. And you never think twice about those old men sitting there, that they're involved in this conspiracy, but they are. The nations conspire, ladies and gentlemen. I thank everybody for being here. The world has gone completely insane. But again, what's the common denominator here? It's technology. They don't have control over everything unless we allow them and enable them with technology. That's why we push back on digital IDs. That's why we push back on digital currency, because that's when the world turns into what that is. Oh, I'm sorry, you used your bank account 7 times this week. Isn't it my money? No, it's not. We're Big Brother. I'm sorry, you showered twice this week. That's your limit for the year because the carbon, the climate, right? Oh, you ran your faucet for X. That's with the they can only do it with the electronics, with the tech. Otherwise, they don't stand a chance where they can show up at everybody's door. That's why this enslavement grid is built through stupidity and technology. I thank everyone for being here. Hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.